This is the Decipher 13 and welcome to an episode of World of Tanks. I am doing a replay of Admiral Boss here yet again. I really do quite enjoy these, and I'm very happy that he keeps sending them in. But he's here on Tundra in his Batchat 25T, the French Tier 10 autoloader. Medium, I should say. Most of the French Tier 10s are autoloaders. Actually, I think that's the kind of French flavor that nation brings to World of Tanks is by the time you get to Tier 10, you've been using an autoloader, or you finally got one. I think even the artillery has it, but I digress. So he's headed up onto quite an important spot here on the map. This hill area right here. Yes, it's quite exposed if you try to go to the edges to shoot, but however, towards the later stages of the game, what you can do is just kind of poke, and you can spot most of the map right out to the max view range. And it's quite a nice place to dominate the game. But he's loaded, if I can speak correctly, he's loaded up his high explosive anti-tank to just really make sure his first 5 hits find the mark and go right on through. And he's taken 2 hits getting to this position, and he hangs around here just to keep that T-54 on lockdown, making sure that that guy's not going anywhere quickly. And at least from my experience, by now half my team would be dead. Or half the enemy team would be dead and I'm playing catch-up. But so far not one tank has died. And it's... well, no, I scratched that. One tank has died and it's on his team. And that Type 61 isn't going to make the greatest decision. And my guess is that hit either his rear armor of that Type 63, well, Type 61, my bad, or it went into his track and did not take the track off. And that's the kind of bad thing about heat shells. They are high explosive, with quite a bit more pen than AP, meaning they get just about the same amount of normalization as a high explosive does, which is very little to nothing. But because they get more penetration than the standard ammo, with the same kind of damage, it's quite a terrifying thought. Now that T-57 Heavy must have been tracked, or he was horribly out of position and just couldn't tell. But considering his stats, I'm willing to say that he knew he was there, but just didn't want to give up most of his clip in an attempt to retreat. And that last shot he fired of that magazine, again, I can say this because it is very much a hindsight deal. The angle of it just looked so off when he fired. Now again, that's, you know, my hindsight. I fully understand that when you're playing the game, it's completely different. So, whoop, don't go off. You don't want to be stuck down there. You'd be out. Well, it looks like, actually no, you might not have been outnumbered. But that could have hurt. That really could have hurt. So now, again, it's even, and he's using that whole handbrake function pretty nicely, sharpening his 180s to change position, and it looks like he's going to be going after this IS-7. Oh, there's a T-54 behind him, and the T-54 is a little bit preoccupied. But now he's got 3 shots. 2, 1. The IS-7 isn't even going to be paying attention to him. Just absolutely no care in the world. And now he's stuck on reload for how long? I don't think it tells you. No, it doesn't tell you, apparently. But it looks like he's almost halfway done. So, a nice way to use this time is what he's doing right now. Relocation. You don't want to be just sitting in one spot in a relatively thin armored machine. And considering how he's done almost 4,200 damage, which is something I would love to do in any of my games, and see, there's what I'm talking about. You can't do a whole lot with that T-54 up there, just menacingly, even if he doesn't know you're there. The fact that you could come around the corner and he could just put shot after shot after shot into you, and you have very little to defend against it, isn't the greatest thing. Now that T-62A looks like he's going to be quite an easy kill, and looks like Admiral Boss's ally, that T-54, might take care of him before he does. But coming down to the final moments of this game, it looks like they're up another tank. Two tanks. So it's a 3 versus 5 situation, and that's not the best odds. However, the biggest threat it looks like is that Waffenträger Panzer IV, who is on 3 kills and has probably done quite a bit of damage himself. Now, I completely understand what he's doing here, trying to figure out where the enemy is. There's 4 tanks, 3 are right next to him, and he's got no support. If they show up from below him, that's bad. If they show up from above him, that's a bit better because he could always run, but it's not an ideal situation that he is in. On the bright side, he's still got, well, a little over half his hit points, but he's definitely outnumbered in this area. What the T-57 Heavy and that T-110E4 on his team need to do is finish off that IS-4, and oh, that's not good. Considering just how close he is to the cap circle, and someone started capping, that's not a good sign. That is just a bad sign. But he's still got quite a bit of time. I wonder if I could overlay some music right in here. You know, just make things up. Ooh, it's that T-51, meaning the only threat from the hill that could possibly be there is the Waffenträger 4, and oh, I don't think that nasty tank destroyer is there. It's not nasty in the sense that it's got a really big gun, it's nasty in the sense that it's stealthy and you can't really find it easily. And something that I'm actually worrying about right now is that T-30. He hasn't been spotted all game. Otherwise, somewhere down here on the map there'd be a marker for it. But now it's a 3 versus 2, and yeah, his allies are on quite low health. But they've got 2 autoloaders, and that's really going to mess things up. And now I'm guessing right now that it's the Waffenträger Panzer IV that's on the cap. And he's coming from an unexpected angle. And oh, that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. That means that the T-30 is in the cap, and now he can't sneak up on him. That T-30 is going to know exactly where he's coming from. But with the last 2 tanks, that T-30's probably on full health. This is not an optimal situation, especially with that Panzer IV still up on. Yep, T-30's on full health, and he's got support. But no! The T-30 just shot his tracks, and with the horrible reload rate of the T-30, he's got him. He just got him. That T-30, if he had just fired a little higher or lower, would have probably put some massive pain into Admir Boss. That was an extremely lucky shot for Admir Boss, and a very, very unlucky shot for that T-30. And now, it's just a little bit of capping, and the game's gonna be over. There was quite a bit of time, well, yeah, stuff wasn't happening, but it definitely could have been a lot worse. And so with that, I must congratulate Admir Boss on yet another stunning victory. And considering that he's got a mark of excellence right there on his barrel, I am actually not surprised at all that he pulled off the result that he did. Starting where I feel like is the strongest position on the entire map. That hill right there has such a massive amount of control. Simply because once you get to the top, you can basically just spot the at least half the entire map, including their capture point and this capture point, minus this rock. There's just so much power to be held. And understandably, when he lost support on that hill, it was not, cringeworthy, I guess, that he ran, dealing some good damage into the back of that IS-4, and allowing his teammate to pick up the kill while he reloaded. However, I feel like if he had just not stopped up in this position and gone around, maybe he could have gotten some flanking shots into the enemy IS-4 over there, come back up through here to where he was, and get that cap reset the first time before heading off and doing something else. But that is my personal opinion, and takes nothing away from the epic game that he has played. And now to the post-game stats. So I must say, what an excellent game that was. He earned, unsurprisingly, a high defender for the 2 capture resets that he did, and a high caliber, which, for the amount of damage and the just carnage that seems to appear, I am not, entirely surprised. And when you go to the team score, well, unsurprisingly, he finished top on XP, kills, and damage. So, I guess going straight into the detailed report, he fired 22 shots, hit 21, meaning only 1 hit the dirt, and 18 out of those 21 went through and penned. He did 6,000, well, almost 6,300. I might be stretching that a little bit, but still, that is quite an amount of damage to be done. Only got hit 4 times. Non-pens, it looks like either 2 bounced, which I doubt, or they were high explosives, or they went into the track. That's all I can think that those 2 are. So, let's see. He did almost 1,000 support damage, which is a lot better than what I could have done, earning himself 60,000, well, almost 60,000 credits. I'm going to count it as 60,000 simply because that number should be a bit bigger, at least in my opinion. But it looks like it did not go without its cost. I'm guessing most of this price right here was due to that those heat shells right at the beginning of the game. Which, fair enough, I'm not that good at it, but it just seemed a little unnecessary to me. Well, he didn't take that much damage, so it wasn't that high of a repair cost. I think he used his repair kit, and I want to say he used his, what was it? first aid, but I might be mistaken. So he netted a total of about 30,000, half of what he originally received, and that number would have been higher if he had premium. Which, the more and more I see replays, the more and more I see my own detailed report, the more I just go, how do people play without premium? It just seems like it's too big of an advantage, but it is possible to do without. And he received 1,100, about 1,140 XP just for his tank, which if he's using it for crew training, that's quite a nice amount. For his first victory of the win in the tank, getting him 2,000, well, almost 2,300 XP just for the tank. And with almost a 60 XP for free, you got 112 free XP as well. So if you enjoyed this replay, please leave a like down below. I mean, I'm quite happy that Admir Boss keeps sending his replays in, because I do love enjoying watching really good games. That's why I watch Quickie Baby's replays. That's why I go watch his live streams, because I just enjoy watching good gameplay. And hopefully, one day I could put my name somewhere in purple. I doubt it'll be anytime soon, though. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and share. It really does help out the channel. If you want to keep up to date with my uploads, please subscribe. And if you want to send in your own replay, just go to Quickie Baby's website and upload it. Or Woat Replays, that's what I use for my personal ones. Send me a email with the link in it. If I could speak correctly. That email should be down in the description down below. And who knows? If you send yours in, I might just show it on the channel. This has been the Deathsphere 13, signing off. Bye.